Good morning, students. So we have completed the chapter of plant tissues. Let me revise the entire chapter once. So what is a tissue? Tissue is a group of cells. Tissue is a group of cells having same structure and doing same functions. So, okay, what is tissue? Tissue is a group of cells having same structure and doing same function. That is called as tissue. Suppose skin. Skin is a tissue having same type of cells and doing the same protection. So, in plants we have several tissues. Okay. So, clear what is tissue? Tissue is a group of cells having same structure and doing same functions. Now we have to study different tissues present in the plants. Plant tissues are mainly two types. What are they? Meristematic tissue and permanent tissue. These are mainly two types. Yeah, okay. We have in your textbook is given 4 types. It is given 4 types. Actually, we can divide into 2 types. Meristematic tissue is the one type tissue and permanent tissue. Ground tissue, vascular tissue and dermal tissue comes under the permanent. But that is not given in your textbook. So, we will say plant tissues are 4 types. What are they? First one is meristematic. Then dermal, ground and vascular. Okay. So these are the 4 types of tissues present in the plant. Meristematic tissue, dermal tissue, ground tissue and vascular tissue. Meristematic tissue. What are the meristematic tissue? They are fastly dividing cells. So let us discuss about the meristematic tissue. What are the characters of meristematic tissue? What are the characters of meristematic tissue? Means, so in meristematic tissue, the cells are soft. The cells are very soft. They have thin cell wall. The cell wall is very thin. They are fastly dividing cells. The function is almost dividing. The main function of the meristematic tissue is fastly dividing. Okay. Then they have dense cytoplasm. Dense cytoplasm. Why dense cytoplasm is present? Because they have to divide continuously. These cells divide continuously. So the cell organelles should continuously work. So they need continuous supply of proteins or some other raw material. That's why they have dense cytoplasm. Clear? So they are soft cells. They have thin cell wall. They are fastly dividing cells, and they have dense cytoplasm. And one more point is the vacuoles are absent. It's not given in your textbook, but just remember, absent. It is not given, but for your just knowledge I am telling. Meristematic tissue, in meristematic tissue, vacuoles are absent. Why? Because what is the function of vacuole? Vacuole function is storage of food or waste or anything. But here they are continuously dividing. There is no storage. So that's why vacuoles are absent in these meristematic tissue cells. Okay. Next, intercellular spaces are present. And meristematic tissue is how many types? It is of 3 types. Apical meristematic tissue, next lateral meristematic tissue and intercalary meristematic tissue. What is apical meristematic tissue? Meristematic tissue is again of three types: apical, lateral and intercalary. Apical meristematic tissue are present at the tip points, at the apex, tips, or you can call it as apex. Tips are also called as apex. Tips means at the shoot tip or at the root tips. Root hairs you will have like this, no? Root hairs at these tips. At these tips you will have apical meristematic tissue. What is the function of apical meristematic tissue? It helps the growing of the plant parallelly upward. Plant is growing upward due to apical meristematic tissue, and the roots are growing downward due to apical meristematic tissue. Root apical meristematic tissue, shoot apical meristematic tissue. Okay, so these are helping the plants to grow upward and the roots to grow downward. Clear? Then where is the lateral meristematic tissue present? Here on the lateral sides. This is helping the plant to grow in width like this. Then they are present in these sides, so this is helping to plant to grow in this way. Okay. Then intercalary meristematic tissue is present in between the other tissues. It is also called as cambium. So it is present at that points where the branches and leaves arises at internodes. At internodes position, the intercalary tissue is present. Okay. Suppose if you see, this is a branch. Okay, this is a branch. Here you will have other tissues. In between this tissue you have an intercalary tissue. So intercalary tissue helps in development of branches, new branches. Okay. Now you have understood. So meristematic tissue is of three types: apical, lateral, intercalary meristematic. I have seen one question in the net. Suppose a grass plants are seen like this. So you have apical meristematic tissue at the tips. Suppose a buffalo or a cow is coming and eating this grass. If the plant, so we know that apical meristematic tissue is helping the plant to grow. What happens if the apical meristematic tissue has been eaten by the goat or cow? The plant will stop growing, or it will grow? It will grow. Definitely, because intercalary meristematic tissue helps in the growth with the development. If it is here, if it is present like this intercalary meristematic tissue, it helps in the growth of this region. So this region will also grow like this. Clear? I will explain with one more example. See, if this is a sugar cane, you will see some like these lines on it. This is our internode positions. So intercalary tissue is present. It is helping to elongate like this. That's why sugar cane is also growing. Clear? Though its apical meristematic tissue is removed, the plant will not stop growing. It will grow because of intercalary meristematic tissue. Clear? So this is about meristematic tissue. Then coming to what? Dermal tissue. What is dermal tissue? Dermal tissue is helping the plants mainly in mechanical support and protection. It is protecting the plants from many parasites, many insects, and it is giving mechanical support to the plant. Okay. Bark is formed due to the like trees, big trees. Bark is a part of a dermal tissue. It is protecting the plant. Next, dermal tissue we have. In dermal tissue also we have three types. What are they? Epidermis, mesodermis and endodermis. Okay, dermal tissue is again of three types: epi, meso and endodermis. So in the epidermis part, what is present? Mostly the chlorophyll is present. The leaves are, I have explained this, the leaves are brighter on the upper surface when compared to dark, because the leaves are have chlorophyll on the upper surface which absorbs the light. That's why they are light in color when you compare to bottom. Clear? So epidermis. Then mesodermis is the second part of the dermal tissue, and endodermis is the third part of the dermal tissue. So main function of dermal tissue is helping in mechanical support. Okay. Then what else we have discussed? Any other points are there? Yeah, stomata are present in the epidermis. Stomata are present in the epidermis. Then they are protected by what? Guard cells. Stomata are present in the epidermis and they are protected by the guard cells. So this is about dermal tissue. Next, coming to the ground tissue. Ground tissue is present throughout the plant. It is forming the bulk of the plant. So again the ground tissue is divided into three types. What are they? Parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma. So what is the function of parenchyma? Parenchyma is nothing but storage tissue. Mainly the function of parenchyma is storage. So here the cells are loosely arranged and there are thin cell wall. Thin cell wall is present in them. Okay. The main function of parenchyma is storage. If it is some parenchyma contains chloroplast and they are called as chlorenchyma, and some in aquatic plants the parenchyma cells are filled with air. Okay, air is present in between the spaces present in the parenchyma cells. So this is called as aerenchyma, which is helping the plant to float in the water. And some plants, parenchyma stores food, that is called as storage parenchyma. Clear? Now if you see to collenchyma, the cells are arranged somewhat thicker when you compare to the parenchyma. The cell wall is somewhat thick compared to parenchyma. Next, what is the main function of collenchyma is flexibility. It is giving flexibility to the plant. Okay, it is supporting from strong winds and air or cyclones. The flexibility is given by the collenchyma. Next, coming to the sclerenchyma. The cells are compactly arranged without any space. They are made up of dead cells. And the cell wall is made up of lignin. In collenchyma, the cell wall is made up of cellulose and pectin, and in sclerenchyma, the cell wall is made up of lignin. These points are not present in your textbook, but for your information, just I am giving. Okay. Next, what they are compactly arranged, they are giving hardness to the sclerenchyma is giving hardness to the shell, like walnut. The shell is made up of sclerenchyma. Okay. So the hardness of the cell is given of the hardness of anything in the plant is given by what? Sclerenchyma tissue. Clear? This is about the ground tissue. So main, it is protecting ground tissue. Main function is mechanical support and storage of food. Okay. Next, coming to vascular tissue. The very main important tissue in the plant is vascular tissue, which helps in transport of food and water and minerals to the entire part of the body. So in this we will study two types, xylem and phloem. Xylem is helping in the transport of water and minerals. In xylem is divided again into four types. What are they? Xylem vessels, xylem fibers, xylem parenchyma and tracheids. Okay. tracheids. Yeah, tracheids. Okay. So in except xylem parenchyma, all the three are dead cells. Okay, xylem parenchyma is the living cell, and all these are helping in mechanical support to xylem parenchyma, and xylem parenchyma stores food, and xylem tissue, entire xylem tissue is helping for the transport of water and minerals from the roots. Okay, clear. Next, phloem. Phloem is a vascular tissue which helps in the transport of food materials from the leaf to the entire plant body. Clear? Phloem is again divided into 4 types. Phloem fibers, phloem parenchyma, companion cells, and one more is sieve tubes. Yeah, sieve cells. Sieve cells, sieve tubes, companion cells, phloem parenchyma, and phloem fibers. See here, except phloem fibers, all three are living cells. Each sieve tube is connected with a companion cell. So what is the function of sieve tube is, it helps in the transport of food from leaf to the entire plant. So these companion cells tells the direction for the transport, in which way the food should be transported. In phloem, the direction is bidirectional. It may go up and down. But in xylem, it is unidirectional, only up to, down from roots to leaves. But in phloem, it is bidirectional, from leaves to roots and from leaves to upper parts like flowers. So bidirectional transport is seen in phloem cells. So this direction is guided by what? Companion cells. And phloem parenchyma, it stores the food, and phloem fiber supports the phloem tissue. So xylem and phloem together are called as vascular tissue. Vascular meaning transport. So it is conduction means transport. So they are called as conducting tissue or vascular tissue. Still any points? So this is the brief introduction, brief summary of your lesson. That's it. Okay, thank you.